All right, here we go. Game number 2. We have Zuppi and Lojza again versus Lierey and MBL. So, spoiler alert, you should definitely not, if you're watching this as a video, you should definitely not watch this first because we're going to spoil everything from the last game. Okay, last game, Lojza was able to basically build some early crossbows and do so much damage to Lierey. This game, it will be Lojza v MBL on the top side, so at least Lierey will probably have a bit of a break from dealing with the phenom that is Lojza. On the other side, it will be Zuppi v Lierey. Okay, so Zuppi v Lierey will be Turks v Turks, and on the top we will have Aztecs v Aztecs. Let's look at the Aztecs players first. Aztecs, obviously an incredibly gold-heavy civ, so let's see what the gold looks like. Lojza's gold on the front is pretty protectable. If he blocks this wood line, he should be okay. Should be at least able to protect it somewhat. Has a nice double wood line sort of bracketing of his back area of his map. Unfortunately, there's no gold back there, but a decent little area. Secondary gold out on the front, secondary stone, and tertiary gold way out there too. So that's going to be tough sledding for Lojza, but we'll see how he does. We will see how Lojza does with it, but that front gold at least should be relatively safe in this front stone as well. MBL on the other side also playing as Aztecs. He will be the yellow player in this game. MBL is going to have, well, let's look at his gold too. Gold is important. Oh wow, look at this though. Zuppi forward, I'm sorry, Lojza forward with his eagle very early. Maybe trying to steal a boar, and he can. Boar's on the front here for MBL. Will Lojza steal MBL's boar? I think he will. Will he steal both of MBL's boars? Oh, come on, Lojza. Come on. Okay, he will steal one. So MBL is going to lose one boar there on the front. His Eagle Warrior is pretty far out of position and may not have a chance. Ooh, but Lojza's going to run his direction, so MBL may have a chance to actually stop this boar steal. Let's look quickly at MBL's map. We will look back at that boar steal in just a second. Gold on the side for MBL, main gold on the back. That's going to be nice for him. You need the gold as the Aztecs, and I think he'll be all right. All in all, a good map. On the other side, we can see that Lojza, or sorry, still in the middle there, we can see that Lojza was trying to run straight back home with this boar, but MBL's doing really good blocking, and Lojza's going to lose it. He's not even going to try to take that boar anymore. He's just going to run. He's continuing to run off from this. He wants to keep his Eagle Warrior alive. And I think that's probably the play. MBL found him too soon. MBL found Lojza way too soon, and now his boar is going to be walking all the way back. You know what, though? That still could slow down MBL's food economy in the early game, which is okay. You can see he's sending a villager out, but the boar is still not quite back yet. So he'll slow MBL down by a few seconds, but not the perfect boar steal, but I think giving up on it was the right move. Okay, the red player here on the front is Lierey. Lierey's going to have 4 on wood. He has a puny wood line on the back, and that is really about it. Everything else is pretty far from his TC. Secondary gold is on the front, primary gold to the side, berries on the back. I think he'll be all right with this map in the long run. It's not obviously or easily wallable or closable. He will have trouble taking some stone. Not too much trouble. He should be able to get some stone, and I think he'll be all right. Lierey, in the end, is going to be just fine. Zuppi with 3 on wood, no early aggression from the Zupster. Will have downhill gold action here, which could be annoying for him. At least that's on the side of his teammate, but still. I think that will be a harassed region. Gold on the back as well is on a weird sort of angled hill area, but I think he'll be all right. Can probably close the entire front side if he wants to, and probably should in the long run. Stone on the back will be useful as well. So Zuppi maybe with the best map of the group, at least in my humble opinion. I think he'll be just fine in this game. Playing as Turks, we'll see. We'll see how he does. What's up, chat? What's up, guys? Mr. Mojo's here. Salty's here. LB10, welcome, welcome. You guys missed game number 1. Game number 1 was a really, really good game. Lojza just absolutely dominated his side against Lierey. He had 6 crossbows that had probably a dozen villager kills. Denied 2 TCs with those 6 crossbows. Denied the gold of his opponent with them. Zuppi maybe stealing some sheep. Not sure if those are his. Probably his sheep. On the other side, are we seeing a boar steal? I don't know. I don't actually know. Yeah, you can see 2 boar carcasses on Lierey's side. So he is trying to steal the boar of Zuppi right now. Zuppi's here just in time to try to block. So we got a lot of boar action here in game number 2. Oh, Lierey, stay close. Lierey is going to stay close enough to steal that boar. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So Lierey will have a major advantage over the Zupster in this particular game. Going to steal his boar, and that is certainly going to slow down Zuppi's attack. As Turks, he did not have what looked like a drush to me, but maybe early scouts of some sort is certainly not going to be in play. And just booming quickly to the castle age is also going to be difficult with one less boar in your back pocket. So beautiful. We had a pretty eventful Dark Age there. Loom coming in for Zuppi and Lierey. Both players as Turks on 21 Vils should be able to click up. I wonder if that's true. Yeah, Zuppi has the food, even though he lost his boar. Lierey on the other side has already clicked up. Is that what happened? Yeah, he's clicked up just now. Zuppi will click up as well. MBL on his side will also be clicking up relatively soon. ... I would think. That's interesting. Aztecs not going with the early aggression. On the side of... Oh, who's left? Who's left out of that group? Who do we have left? Lojza. Okay. Lojza did look like he was going to go with the drush, but in the end, he will go with the drush. 5 militia going to be heading forward for him, and you can see that he's planning to wall in behind those militia. Should be able to keep his side relatively safe and clean by the time his drush gets cleaned up. He's also pushing deer. That will elevate his castle age time for sure. So MBL not going with the 5 militia drush. That's pretty standard for Aztecs. That's interesting. He is going to boom up his economy and try to block himself in. He does have the front side blocked in. That will certainly slow Lojza down. Lojza could still work his way around one edge or around the other here. This side would probably be something that MBL could quick wall. So Lojza could still get in. We saw him with a pretty epic drush last game. But at least for now, MBL is going to play this game by walling himself up. Wolf action on the front. We can see that scouts are moving around the map, still getting some exploration in. Lierey has his barracks up and will be able to power build something right away. What is it going to be? It's going to be a stable. The Zupster on the other side will have a barracks a little bit late, actually, just a couple seconds late. Should be fine. And then a stable as well. Okay, so stables for both of the Turks players. Nothing too crazy there. 5 militia working their way across the map for Lojza, and they are going to find a walled-in MBL. I wonder what he will do with those. Maybe running them under the TC arrow fire is actually worth it. I think it probably is. Let's see. Let's see what a pro does. Halfway to Christmas, you're worse than a department store, says nobody. MBL with a bit more quick walling, and that's actually going to really deter Lojza now from running under the TC. And I think this drush is in a bad spot. The only place it has left to go is on top of this woodline, which Lojza has not explored. But for his sake, hopefully he will. Hopefully he will explore it and he'll get in. Just a fantastic drush last game. We'll see what he can do this time. Walling still coming up on the front side here for Zuppi. Zuppi will have his side blocked in pretty nicely with palisades and houses quite soon. You can see that Lojza will be totally blocked in as well. MBL will be up to feudal age more quickly than Lojza, but maybe not quickly enough. Not as much more quickly as I expected. Man, the words are not coming tonight. Anyway, Lojza's going to start banging on that wall. If he only knew the top side was totally open. Secondary walling coming from MBL, and I think Lojza is going to give up on it, and he's unfortunately going to head back the other direction. Zuppi is flagging on his side. He's flagging Lierey. Maybe he's telling Lojza that this would be a good place to send your drush. Maybe, just maybe, we will see Lojza run all the way across, but I don't think we will. Look at this. We're going to see him run right under the TC. He's going to take a lot of arrow fire. He's going to lose his eagle, probably. Yes, he will lose his eagle. Look at MBL trying to drop quick. Oh, a nice quick gate. Oh, MBL with a beautiful play, but one of those houses just didn't have enough HP. Oh, I think that was so beautiful from MBL. Just a couple of hammer strokes away from really pulling off a crazy quick wall. Very, very interesting quick walling there, but now the drush is in, and MBL will be annoyed by it for quite some time. We can see the scouts on the front for Zuppi are ready to do some raiding. Scouts from Lierey for the moment are back at home, just playing a little defensively. The drush is still in here from Lojza, but well, it will do a good job. Push those villagers off the berries, and it will do what a good drush does and slow down the economy of MBL. However, MBL should be clicking up relatively soon. Lojza will as well. Let's see. MBL and Lojza both going to be able to click up at a relatively similar time point. You can see that Lojza is splitting his drush up a little bit here, doing a little scouting with one militia. MBL just now finding his last 2 sheep, maybe? One more step. Yeah, he found it. Beautiful. Scouts in on the back will probably grab a Vil down here at some point. They will take on a spear first and take quite a lot of damage, but these Vils could go down pretty easy. Lierey is going to bring in enough villagers, though, to keep his opponent honest. Spears on the front here for Zuppi. Oh no, this spear absolutely, terrible management on that spear. Ended up losing it without getting any of the scouts down. Nice quick walling from the Zupster. He will send over another spear. He's trying to quick wall everything. Needs to garrison the TC. Has not lost a Vil yet on that side and may not end up losing one, but that was almost epic raiding from Lierey there. Did Zuppi lose all of his scouts? Zuppi lost all of his scouts on the other side. So Lierey seems to be winning his side versus Zuppi. Lojza's drush is still roaming around looking for some action. Castle Age coming for Lojza. MBL. What is MBL up to? He has gone with an archery range and blacksmith on the front and has built a couple of archers that will help him deal with this drush. Scouts still roaming around for Lierey. They're pretty massed up there, 6 of them. They will be able to get some more action in, some more damage done. You can see they're going to try to, well, they're not going to grab a farmer, but they're going to try to annoy as much as possible. And for now, it does seem like Lierey can continue to harass. He may go to Lojza at some point, but I think it's too late. He's going to head over there. Lojza will be Castle Age and he will have crossbows soon, but if he could find this small army of Lojzas, he could clean it up very, very quickly. So maybe, just maybe, getting in time here is Lierey. He's going to run straight at Lojza. Take on this fight, Mr. Lierey. Oh no, he's running past. Okay, good. He's going to get some archers there for pretty cheap, and that's going to slow down Lojza's crossbows. So Lierey able to win his side and able to help MBL out a little. I guess I overestimated how much he would get done. +1 on those archers, but you can see that most of these archers are pretty much cleaned up. He's going to be left with, I think, 1. Oh boy, switching targets there midstream. So it looks like there will be 1 archer left on half HP for Lojza. In the end, he will clean up all of those scouts, but those scouts were bonus scouts. Man, Lierey won his side. Sorry, the names are escaping me. Lierey won his side pretty handily. He wasn't able to get in a lot of damage on Zuppi, but he was really able to help his teammate MBL out. MBL's still not dealing anymore with the annoyance. The 2 green dots in the back are the sheep that are sort of stolen for the moment by Lojza. So Lojza has a few sheep inside of MBL's area. He did lose all of his archers there on the front. We'll have a TC up on the front on the gold. That seems wise since he is Aztecs. And another TC up on the backside. MBL is going to hit Castle Age right now, and he will drop a TC. Will he drop a TC? Where will he drop a TC? Maybe over here. We'll wait and see. Is this going to be the official Lojza kills everything with Militia Knight? Sick quick wall, yes indeed. I agree, that MBL quick wall was pretty awesome. It didn't get the job done, but it was awesome. 2 more scouts coming across the map for Lierey. He will be Castle Age just a few moments after Zuppi. You can see that he's going to join forces with MBL's crossbows. And that could be a relatively formidable group. They are going to be fighting Lojza on top of a hill, but Lojza with just 5 crossbows there. The right micro should get the job done for Team Lierey MBL. MBL Lierey. MBL Lierey. I don't know. Anyway, crossbows on the front there will be chasing scouts, which they will probably not hit. They'll turn their gaze toward these crossbows from MBL quickly enough. But I do think that 1 scout on the front, man, he's running straight in. That scout's going to take a lot of free damage. Doing a little bit of dodging and ducking and diving. No ballistics there. Yeah, I think we'll see MBL probably clean this up. He's going to do some splitting and some working, and yeah, it should be easy for him. Just 4 crossbows left here for Lojza, now 3, and it will soon be MBL's hill. So the scouts from Lierey were able to get in some damage on those archers, and now MBL has a bit of an advantage with his crossbows. He will be pushing back the green player Lojza for now. Lojza's not very raidable, though. He has a phalanx of TCs here that are just going to be able to protect really his entire economy. At least one would think. So he's not too scared of letting MBL in. You can see he's actually going to mass back up on that hill and then head forward. MBL here is going to maybe try to pick a farmer or 2, but that's probably about all he can get done. Castle Age coming for the blue player Zuppi. Immediate second TC being dropped, and is there going to be a third Mr. Zuppi? Maybe. He has the wood for it. Third TC coming on that wood line. So Zuppi will have 3 TCs. We are going to see booming from 3 out of the 4 players, and maybe the 4th as well. Lierey just now hitting the castle age. We'll check in on him in a second. You can see that Lojza has massed up enough crossbows here to probably get the job done, but MBL seems to be out-microing him a little. 4v4 now, but yeah, MBL doesn't have the numbers. I don't think he's going to get the job done. He will certainly slow Lojza's rush down even more, but in the end, it does seem like MBL is not going to get any villager picks or anything like that on the side. 2 knights coming forward for Lierey, bloodlines on those with +1 defense. He will have a TC on the front and a TC on the back, so 3 TCs for every single player in this game. Knights coming out 2 by 2 for the red player, and that is going to be very useful. You can see 2 stables as well for the blue player Zuppi, who seems to be a little bit defensive with his early knights, which is just fine. Does need to do a little bit of maybe catching up. His opponent is totally walled in. Well, not totally, but awfully close to totally walled in. So I think Zuppi here is going to need to hold his side a little bit. You can see he's going to build a makeshift wall across the top of this ridge, and that will allow him to not have to fight uphill for the rest of the game. So a nice wall coming there. Oh, hey, Smarthy. Look at these teams. Yeah. Glad to have you guys with me here. It is a, what is it, Tuesday night? We are watching some games from just a few days ago between MBL, Lierey versus Zuppi and Lojza. Game 1 went to Zuppi and Lojza. They played a masterful game, especially Lojza in that game. And game 2 here is still a toss-up. It is still a toss-up, folks. Archers coming forward from MBL. Military numbers right now. MBL and Lierey have a bit larger militaries overall, but how they use them is going to be important. Will they 2v1 the Aztecs player is my biggest question. Zuppi might be a little bit behind. Score is fine for Zuppi. The villager count is the lowest, but it's okay. But it just feels like Zuppi is a little bit behind in this game for some reason. Still trying to defend his side, still trying to hold his area. Having a difficult map to wall in. You can see the red player here is also playing a bit defensively. So Lierey and Zuppi on the defensive. MBL is going to fight uphill here versus Lojza, at least for a moment. I don't think this is a good fight. Of course, it isn't a good fight. But maybe he is so confident in his micro. I don't know. I suppose just running off from that would not have gotten the job done. He certainly would have taken some losses. And here we go. Potential for an epic mangonel shot. Lojza for now is going to be pushing MBL away. MBL should be in full-on retreat, and he is. So MBL would do well to maybe hit Zuppi. Zuppi right now is heading forward with all those knights. We can see the spear coming in with a wolf behind him for Zuppi. Big knight fight potentially brewing on the other side. The defensive upgrades are in the favor of Zuppi, so he's ready to take this fight. He's going to try to grab down Vills with a knight or 2 here and there. Is allowing... Oh man, Lierey is chasing off 1 knight with 3 of his. But in the end, Zuppi here will not pursue this any further. He'll get a villager down on that side. Camels will be out for Lierey, but in the end, you know, Zuppi's not going to get a whole lot of action in. He will return his knights home. So everybody went forward, and now everybody has gone back. All of the players getting stymied on their rushes. No major villager picks. And we still have Lojza and MBL leading the villager count, and we still have the other 2 players, Lierey and Zuppi, battling it out with knight numbers. We can finally see now that Lierey is going to be heading toward, oh yeah, both players Xing in the same way. So we might see the same type of strategy here. You can see Lierey is bringing his knights over to hopefully for his sake support MBL's crossbows. They can push on the Aztecs player. Aztecs, of course, are so strong in Imperial, so you really have to neuter them in Castle Age. And you can see Zuppi is doing the same thing. Zuppi and Lojza are going to join forces, so we are going to see a true 2v2. Absolutely. Loving it on the front. +2 damage versus +1 damage there for MBL. The Knights are +1, +2 with bloodlines on one side. They are just +1 defense for Lierey. So MBL's getting a little bit chewed up at the moment. His teammate Lierey can probably help him out quite a lot. Here we go. This is it. Big scramble coming on, folks. You can see the Knights are in there from Zuppi. All about keeping your army in the right position. Right now, those Knights are not really focused. They need to get around these crossbows. You can see that he ran around the backside as to not let MBL kite away from the damage. And in the end, MBL is going to get chewed up and spit out. All of those crossbows are really going down right away. And now on the other side, you can see Lojza is using his teammates' Knights as a meat shield. So, in the end there, that was a really, really great fight for Zuppi and Lojza. Lojza clicking up to Imperial on top of it. MBL will be Imperial first. That may influence that fight just a little. It may have slowed his numbers just a little, but you can see he will be Imperial with Eagle Warriors out before his opponent. So it was a good fight for Lojza and Zuppi, but they still need to deal with the incoming, impending doom of the Aztecs rush. For now, Lierey will go home, and he will defend his zone. I don't know why. He knows that both of the armies of his opponents are on the front, and they are headed toward MBL, and this is going to be important. If they can slow MBL down here, which I think they can, Elite Eagle Warrior coming in, MBL is going to retreat off from this for now and try to continue to keep his numbers up, but he needs his teammate. Lierey needs to get over there ASAP. It is time, my friend. You have to get over there. MBL is going to quick wall in that side with a couple of vills, which is nice, but it's just going to slow the bleeding for a moment. Finally, Lierey is headed over with tons of camels. He will click to Imperial as well, but oh boy, I just don't know. This is looking really bad. MBL starting to mass up some Eagles. He will have Elite Eagle Warrior in, which is good. He's still continuing to try to wall and hold his opponents out for now. The red player needs to get his act together and get over here. Come on, Lierey, hurry up. Hurry up. Those cavalry are on the way, and they could maybe turn the tide here. MBL's going to not quite take this fight yet. Still trying to run Eagle Warriors through. Imperial Age is awfully close for Lojza, and this is, oh man, this is it. This is the big fight of the game right here. This is the one that is going to get it done. The archers in the middle are really doing a nice job to move their way around. Zuppi, though, is not very focused. He seems to just be running his knights away. I'm not sure. He is getting the entire attention of Lierey right now. Lierey is just chasing Zuppi across the map, and I'm not sure why. He could help clean up these crossbows, but they're going to get cleaned up anyway. Eagle's doing a great job versus those crossbows, and Zuppi will run across the map. So MBL and Lierey here have held their zone. MBL losing a couple of vills, but really not that much to speak of. Lojza will be Imperial and probably will be building out tons of Eagles as well. So at least he and his teammate held MBL's Eagles back for a moment. But man, those Eagles are, oh man, I feel like MBL's in a great position right now. I don't know why Zuppi ran so incredibly hard off from that fight. I mean, I guess I do know, because he did not anticipate winning. Doing some raiding on the other side, you can see Lierey is, he's going to clean this up. Going to lose a few vills, but clean this up eventually, and his knights are now in on the front. So his knights will do pretty well against these Eagle Warriors. They will certainly be able to get the job done on this small group of them for now, and that will allow MBL maybe some time to run forward. Yeah, he's going to come forward with Eagles as well. They are both focused full on against Lojza. Zuppi's still doing some raiding, but as I said, probably getting cleaned up pretty soon. These two armies will join forces, and they will hit Lojza where it counts, and we'll see if they get the job done. Oh, they won't. Lierey is not going to go for Lojza. He's going to run across the map towards Zuppi, who is trying to quickly stonewall, but not quickly enough. He's going to have... these cavalry are in. They will certainly grab these vills and do a lot of damage, but man, I do not like this fight as much as I like the fight versus those Eagles on the other side. The Eagles are relatively juicy against Knights. Eagle Warriors en masse there for MBL will climb up the hill, and that is an absolute clusterfuck of a fight. Hopefully that works out well for one of those players. I don't know. I'm not cheering for anybody. Zuppi cleaning up Lierey pretty well on the other side, and really not that good of raiding going on for the red player. So, for now, we see MBL getting pushed back by Lojza. We see Lierey getting pushed back by Zuppi. And man, that would have been a great opportunity for Lierey to run in and help out and 2v1 Lojza. But now Lojza's numbers are starting to build. He is on 41 military. And we'll see if he booms out of control here. Now we see the 2v1 that we wanted all along, but half of those cavalry were chewed up and spit out by Zuppi. Zuppi is, oh boy, Zuppi is getting some good damage. Cavalier is in. We see the fight is going to go down. Camel's not a very good unit against Eagle Warriors, but maybe they can keep the attention. We do a little microing. MBL, though, is pretty much ready to run off on this. Continues to kind of run back and try to get in damage. More Cavalier coming for Lierey. On the front side, stone walls are up here for Zuppi, so he will be relatively clean across the front. Lojza 2v1 right now, full on 2v1, but is getting a lot of damage in. He's going to run back and clean through this hill and try to reinforce his army. Big fight on the front, still seems just fine for Lojza. Cavalier is an awfully good unit against Eagles, but that was just not the right timing for that fight. Lojza just had too many numbers. Too damn many numbers. Yeah, that was really tough. Yeah, Europe saying that Lierey losing a lot of his knights before the Cavalier upgrade came in, and that is absolutely true. That's really damaging to him. Zuppi has done a little bit better job keeping his knights together. He will be Cavalier much later, but when he gets there, when he LeBrons up his knights, he will be ready to do some real hardcore damage, and he looks like he's ready to go to MBL. So, oh boy, I mean, a game that I thought MBL and Lierey might have a really good chance at. Just really swung in the other direction. Lierey headed towards Zuppi, and I think that would spell the doom of his most of his knight fleets and maybe his chance to win this game. These knights are going to be Cavalier, and they are going to be pretty damn massed up. They will be running into MBL's economy, and there is nothing at home for MBL to defend this. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. There's some Eagle Warriors, but these knights, ooh, Cavaliers could do a really nice job. They are going to actually take a U-turn as well. So every time a good attack's about to come this game, it seems that everyone's taking a U-turn. Lojza coming in on the front here with quite a few Eagles. Does look like MBL should be able to handle this, especially with reinforcements from his barracks on this side. But for now, we will see Lojza do some damage there. Zuppi has finally chosen where to attack. He's going to run into the back area of Lierey, and he's going to be just in time. Lierey building up some markets on that side, but Zuppi is going to get a lot of damage in here. He's going to be able to spread these Cavalier out, and he's going to get a lot done. Quite a few Cavalier in defense for Lierey, quite a few monks which are being grabbed down very aggressively. They did not get a single conversion that I saw. They got a conversion there, but they're all going to die, and you can see that these Cavalier are going to run through the economy of Lierey and continue to chop his villagers down. So Zuppi with the lowest villager count, but he is on a mission to equalize that count. Right now he is running some Cavaliers out, but these 3 or 4 that are in the economy here of Lierey are going to get a lot of damage in. They're going to get a lot of damage in. There's actually 5 more on this side, which will also be annoying the red player. So, you know, not critical damage on that side. On the other side, Lojza is doing a similar type of raiding, maybe trading a higher number of units for more villagers. You can see that he's taking that fight now, MBL with some more very nice quick walling, more Eagle Warriors coming across the map. And if MBL and Lierey stand a chance to win, they just have to play good defense for a little bit. But look at this. Tough to play good defense against Cavalier roaming around inside your economy. Lierey now on 96 vills, lost about 10 vills or so. There's quite a few idols, and Zuppi is still there annoying him. Cavalier v. Cavalier on the other side. That seems to be in Lierey's favor, or is it? The blue player here getting cut down. Hard for me to tell exactly who has the better numbers. I do think Lierey will win out that fight. We do see Eagles v. Eagles on the top. MBL seems to have cleaned up his side, but look at what's going on the front. Castle drop coming. Lojza focusing on that TC. He will knock that down and grab the villagers. Grab those sweet villagers that come out of the pinata there. And it does seem like the cat is out of the bag here. It's the beginning of the end, I believe. Zuppi still roaming around with Cavalier inside of Lierey's side. Zuppi playing a really nice game, doing a lot of really good raiding here. He actually has several Cavalier just hanging in the center, waiting to be tasked to do something. Eagle Warriors v. Eagle Warriors in the middle, but if this castle gets up, that's the bigger problem for MBL. This gold would be a nice resource for him to have at some point in the game. But there is the GG. So game number 2, just like game number 1, will go to Lojza and Zuppi. Really great raiding from Zuppi in the end on this side. I think Lierey had a chance to really swing that game if he had hit Lojza just before Imperial Age. But, you know, that's the name of the game. You can't be in the right place at the right time every time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And let's jump into game number 3.